All right, let's do this. Today, we are going on a bit of a cosmic safari. We're on the hunt for the absolute weirdest, most bizarre world orbiting any planet in our solar system. We are going to settle a big debate. So let's just jump right in. What is the single strangest moon in our entire cosmic neighborhood? Now, you think that'd be a pretty easy question to answer, right? Well, not so fast. I mean, with over 200 moons and counting out there, the competition for the title of strangest is pretty intense. This is not an award you get for just, having a few extra craters. To win this, you have to be fundamentally, deeply weird. And just look at the lineup of contenders. You've got Jupiter's moon Io, which is basically a volcanic hellscape that is constantly turning itself inside out. Then there's Titan with its soupy, thick atmosphere and actual seas of liquid methane. Can't forget Enceladus, shooting gigantic geysers from a hidden ocean into space. Or what about Hyperion, this bizarre, sponge-looking rock that just tumbles chaotically through space? Any one of these could take the crown. But even in this gallery of cosmic freaks, two moons really stand out from the rest. These are the true heavyweights, the prime candidates for the ultimate title. So let's get this showdown started. So, in this corner, we have Iapetus, Saturn's two-faced enigma, a moon of just perfect contrasts and what looks like impossible geometry. And in the other corner, we have Miranda, the so-called Frankenstein moon of Uranus, a world that looks like it was smashed to pieces and then haphazardly glued back together. First up, let's make the case for Iapetus. Seriously, this moon has been baffling astronomers for over 350 years, and when you see it, you'll understand why. Its most famous feature is this unbelievable two-toned coloring. One whole side of the moon is as dark as charcoal, and the other side is as bright as fresh snow. It's a perfect yin-yang on a planetary scale, and there is absolutely nothing else like it anywhere. So how in the world does this happen? Well, the best theory we have is that dark, dusty material from another one of Saturn's moons, Phoebe, spirals inward and just coats the front-facing side of Iapetus, kind of like bugs on a windshield. This dark stuff absorbs more sunlight and heats up, causing the ice underneath to turn directly into vapor. That water vapor then floats over to the colder, brighter side and freezes back down, making that side even brighter. It's this runaway process that creates that razor-sharp divide. But here's the crazy part. As bizarre as that two-tone look is, it might not even be the strangest thing about Iapetus. Not by a long shot. See, Iapetus is also wrapped by this absolutely colossal mountain range that runs almost perfectly along its equator. It gives the whole moon this strange, almost artificial look, like the seam on a giant walnut. It doesn't look natural. And when I say colossal, I mean it. This ridge reaches heights of up to 20 kilometers. That's about 12 miles high. To put that in perspective, on a world that's only a third the size of our moon, that ridge is nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest. So, what could have built this thing? Well, the theories are just as wild as the ridge itself. One idea is that the moon used to spin so fast that it bulged out at the equator, and that bulge just froze in place when it slowed down. Another theory? Iapetus once had its own ring system that crashed down onto the surface, building up the ridge over millions of years. Both are incredible, and honestly, we just don't know for sure. Okay, that is a very, very strong case for Iapetus. A real contender. But now, let's turn our attention to its rival, Miranda, the strangest moon of an already pretty strange planet, Uranus. Back in 1986, when Voyager 2 sent us the first close-up pictures of Miranda, scientists were just floored. They were expecting a boring, cratered ball of ice. Instead, they got this. A chaotic jumble of mismatched landscapes that look like they were sliced from different worlds and just crudely stitched together. It just looks wrong. What makes it look so wrong? Well, you've got these huge grooved patterns called coronae that look like giant racetracks carved into the surface. And they are slammed right up against ancient, heavily cratered plains with these incredibly sharp borders between them. A tiny moon like this should have frozen solid billions of years ago. It shouldn't have the energy for this kind of extreme geology. And if all that wasn't weird enough for you, Miranda's jumbled surface is also hiding the single most terrifying drop in the entire solar system. Everybody, meet Verona Rupes. This is a cliff face that is estimated to be 20 kilometers deep. That is 10 times deeper than the Grand Canyon. Let me say that again. 10 times. It is by a huge margin the tallest known cliff in the solar system. And here's a little thought experiment to help you wrap your head around that scale. Because of Miranda's super low gravity, if you were to jump off the top of Verona Rupes, it would take you about 12 minutes to fall to the bottom. A 12-minute free fall. So how do you make a monster like this? Well, the two main theories are both incredibly violent. The first idea is that a massive impact literally shattered Miranda into pieces, and gravity just slowly, clumsily pulled all the rubble back together into this chaotic mess. The other theory is that gravity from Uranus warped its insides, causing huge blobs of slushy ice to churn and rise to the surface, creating chaos before it froze solid. Either way, this moon had a really, really bad past. So there you have it, two profoundly bizarre worlds, each with a very powerful claim to the title of strangest. But which one is truly the winner? Let's put them side by side for the final showdown. Okay, here's the tale of the tape. Let's look at their core weirdness. Iapetus is a total enigma. It's defined by two completely different, seemingly unrelated features: its perfect coloring and that impossible ridge. Miranda, on the other hand, is a ruin. Its whole chaotic look tells one single story of geological trauma. Then you have their key features: a 20-kilometer high ridge versus a 20-kilometer deep cliff. One is a perfect, pristine mystery. The other is a beautiful, chaotic mess. This really gets to the heart of what makes something strange, doesn't it? Is it stranger to be a moon with two perfect, inexplicable features that don't even seem connected to each other? Or is it stranger to be a moon that looks like one single catastrophic event tore it apart and then put it back together all wrong? And I think that's the ultimate question we have to leave you with. What do you find truly stranger? A perfect, unsolved enigma like Iapis, or a beautiful, chaotic ruin like Miranda? There really is no right answer. But thinking about it just shows us that our solar system is so much more creative and so much weirder than we could ever imagine.